Brenda Sanders Passmore, and welcome to Health Bites. Today I'm going to show you a simple sequence that'll help loosen up your hips, thighs, and low back. So let's get started. We're just going to come into table pose. So hands and knees at the top of your mat. We're going to have the hands underneath our shoulders, shoulder width apart, knees underneath those hips, and the feet are uncurled. From here, we're going into what we call the cat-cow series. What we're going to do is exhale, curl and round the spine all the way up to the ceiling. Look to your belly button. Then you're going to inhale, drop the belly down towards the mat and lift the head and tail. Exhale, curling and rounding the spine all the way up to the ceiling. Look to the belly button. Inhale, drop the belly down, lift the head and tail. And a lot of beginners get kind of confused with the breathing. So if you find that you're breathing backwards to what I'm cueing, don't worry about that part. Just don't hold your breath. All right, so that was just to warm up our spine. Now what I'm going to have you do is bring your left foot out. And what we want is to have the whole sole of the foot along the floor, and we want the foot level with our hip joint. So this is our starting place. What we're going to do is exhale, swing the leg behind, and then inhale, drag it back to the start. Exhale, swing it behind, and then drag it back. This is just for a good range of motion for a little bit of the low back, a little bit of hip, a little bit of everything. Keep your arms braced and firm. And then we're just going to return the foot back to where we started, with it level with the hip. Then we're going to take the left hand, and what we're going to do is inhale, reach the hand up to the ceiling. Then exhale, feed it through the right side. Inhale, reach to the ceiling and feed it through. Now, if you want to encourage neck range of motion, your eyes can fix on your thumb. But if it irritates your neck in any way, you can just look down. And then we're just going to replace the hand on the mat. The next part is for the inner thigh and groin. So what I want you to do is go slow and gently push your weight back towards the back of your mat. If you're tight in here, this is probably what your pose will look like. If you're able to comfortably, you're welcome to sit on your right heel. And you can even bring the forearms a little closer and more of a resting posture. Now, my leg is completely straight. There's no bend in the knee, and there should be no discomfort in the inside of your knee at all. So this should be very comfortable. So if it isn't, go back to where your seat is risen, and you're just bracing the arms and pushing your weight back. So what we're going to do now is just use our upper weight to pull ourselves forward. We're going to come back into that basic table pose. And then what we're going to do is just sit it back into what we call a wide child's pose. So we're going to bring the big toes together. Big toes touch. Knees are super wide, often wider than the mat itself. And we're going to keep the seat low and down on the heels. So that's why I have this block here to help me do that. We're going to push ourselves on up, bring the knees on in, and then we're going to start back from our basic table pose, and we're going to work with the other side. So you're going to bring your right foot out. Again, it's going to be level with your hip bone, big toe pointing in slightly so it's parallel with the mat. We're going to exhale, swing it behind, and then inhale, drag it back to where we started. Exhale, swing it behind, inhale, drag it back to where we started. So next time we're just going to leave our foot where we started so that the whole sole of the foot is along the floor again. We're going to take our right hand this time. We're going to inhale, reach up to the ceiling. Then we're going to exhale, feed it through the left side. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, feed it through the left side. So once again, your right thumb can be your drishti spot or gaze point. And again, that just encourages extra neck range of motion. So we're getting a little bit of rotation in our mid-trunk. Last time, we're going to plant that hand back on the mat. So once again, we're going to go slow and just gently push your weight back towards the back of your mat. If you're able to comfortably, you can sit on the heel. To come out of the posture, you're going to use your upper body to just pull you on up. We're going to bring that right knee back on in. And we're going to finish off with one more wide child's pose. So big toes touch, knees super wide, sitting the seat low and down on those heels. And then again, you can prop the forehead if you wish. By using the block, it just helps me to keep the seat low. I find oftentimes people want to draw the forehead down towards the mat, but then the seat rises and then you lose the bulk of the stretch in the hips and the low back. So I find propping it just makes it a little bit more effective, at least in my body. So then we're just going to push ourselves on up and bring the knees on in. So that's our simple sequence. I encourage you to give it a try. If you do have knee issues, feel free to use a folded blanket underneath the knees, and there's always a way to fit it on in. So I encourage you to give it a try. Thanks so much for watching, and namaste.